Okay. Shit. Alright. Welcome back to the letter. Last episode screwed me up. That stupid minigame was so fast. I'm glad I cut everything out so you didn't see how many times I messed up. Anyway, we're on Hannah Wright's, chapter now, and I assume we're in her soon-to-be ex-home. This is fancy as all hell, so let's get to it. It's far too easy to get them to pay attention, enraptured. They hang on to my every word and follow my every move. All of it would have been stifling if I had not grown used to such stares. Most are respectful, some are hostile, if we are honest, and a few are downright inappropriate. After all, I am
Hannah Wright!
Indeed! There's a moment of agitation as a familiar but less than welcome face approaches me with a suggestive smirk on his face. Are you a police officer, sir? Of course, I have to keep a benevolent smile and greet him as I greet any good friend. After all, this man can turn heads, being famous in his own right.
Officer Lee! What a pleasant surprise. I didn't think you'd have the time to attend tonight's party.
He is more Luke's friend than mine, really, and I'm quite sure I've only invited his wife. Much like I'm only friends with the Chief Inspector because of Luke, Luke is only friends with Rochelle because of me. I hate rich people. Unlike how I treated Lee, however, Luke never hid his animosity for Lee... matriarch. For the Lee matriarch. It was odd sort of friendship, where we would have an awkward double dates. I don't even recall his first name. It started with an N, I think. Might be wrong. You're horrible with names. Aside from being Chief Inspector of Luxembourg Police, his wife, Rochelle Lee Vance, owns a General Electronics company, fridges, freezers mostly.
Oh, I always have time for my favorite socialite couple. Might I say, you look positively ravishing tonight.
That's unfortunate.
I see the husband isn't with you.
No, he's probably being raced somewhere else. That was so not good. The way he eyes me up is enough to make my skin crawl. I just wish Luke was here to fend off the more unseemly of our peers. You know the ones. Men who are just a bit too friendly, staring too long at my assets. Hence, assets. And getting close just because my husband is not here. And to think they have all the gall to do this at my own party. In my own house, if I might add. But like any high society woman worth her salt, I know how to handle it with a grace of dignity.
I suppose you are looking pleasant as well.
I suppose.
Luke's busy with work, unfortunately. Rochelle isn't here?
A shame. I do hope he isn't causing you much trouble. That husband of yours can be a bit daft sometimes, acting like he's still some young bachelor.
What is that supposed to mean?
The wife sends her regards and her apologies, but something came up with a doctor and she needed to attend to it. You know her, being pregnant and all.
I do now. We make small talk. Rather, I'm forced to do so, as he would not leave my side after finding his place there. Much to my I don't know what that means. I've been trying to figure out... Chagrin? I've been extricated from few who flock in hopes of flattering, for I can tolerate them far better than Lee. He's a nice enough person. I adore his wife, who is obviously the brains behind the two. But there is something unsettling about him. I do not trust him as much as I want to. He regaled to make... Fucking... I hate these... Y'all just got big dictionaries and I'm here like, the fuck does that mean? To me, the tales of Luxembourg Police Department, a different affair to the usual gossip I'm privy to, and though I loathe to admit, it's interesting nonetheless. A dog-farted, I can submit it. I expect the topic of business to die out quickly, which would be understandable enough due to the confidential nature of his work. But oh boy, was I wrong.
So, wearing civvies, I steal and drive off with one of the police mobiles, right?
What?
In the mirror, I see the new tank chasing on foot and screaming about theft.
The fuck?
The look on his face was priceless when I parked it in the garage.
Oh my. You made him chase you all the way home for a prank. What did Rochelle have to say about that?
Rochelle has a strange love and hate affair with Lee. He is a married man who did not grow up past his early 20s, judging by the way he acts. Surprisingly enough, they've been married for a good 20 years. A lifetime if you compare it to my marriage of 7 years with Luke. How could you be married 7 years to Luke? Oh, God. On the other hand, while Luke is no Lee, I should be happy about that, I suppose. Although, my darling did have his moments. Oh, boy, did he!
Hey, the wife pulled my ear and gave me a good talking to, though. Besides, we live in a flat a block away, so it wasn't much of a grand chase.
Weren't you living in a house near the countryside?
Moved for work, you know. Or you probably don't.
No, I don't.
Yo, fuck you!
But a flat in downtown. I suppose if that's what you like.
I hate people who say that. Well, if you like it, whatever.
Oh, it's horrid. Hate that tiny place, no matter how convenient it can be for work. 55 square yards are not enough when you need to get away from the wife.
Why do you people get married? I don't understand. If you hate each other, why do you get married? What's the point?
I wouldn't mind a place away from the city. Even started looking at the ads. I spied an interesting lot, actually. Heard it was finally put up for sale. Or that something mansion, you know the one with all the ghost stories.
I know what he's talking about. There are really only a few urban legends around here.
The Ermagerd mansion?
Ermengerd? Ermengerd?
Ah, that's the one. Worthy of a king it is. I'd buy it myself, but Rochelle would only gripe if I brought it up to her. Not to mention all the expenses a place like that will be a real fixer-upper. You also have to find someone willing to work there with how superstitious people can be.
If it becomes a problem, just hire someone to do an exorcism.
Yes, it's as easy as that, isn't it?
Actually, I do know of someone who could be up to the task. You remember the Ludgates party at their Christchurch summer residence?
No.
Of course. It was an excellent soiree. Everything was so classy, too. Such good taste.
Oh, that place was a pigsty until they hired out this interior designer and they turned it into a bloody palace. She worked for the Exeters for their apartment in Soho too, and they recommended her when we were looking up pieces for our beach house in Porto Colom.
I just want people to know. I just want you guys to know that I'm not paying attention to any of this dialogue. Nothing. It's in one ear, out the other, because I just don't care.
I think I have a business card, right? No, I must have left it in my other jacket. Anyway, she's called, what's her name? McCullough, Marianne, I believe, yes. But truly, if anyone were to get that place in McCullough, well, they'd be the envy and the talk of the town.
Well, if you put it that way, I might just snatch it up for myself.
Just so people would talk about you? Are you serious?
This place was starting to feel a bit small lately anyway.
Small? I live in a trailer home. I live in a trailer. Guys, that ain't no space. And I'm okay with where I live. I mean, there's enough space here for me and two other people. 3 other people? Who? Sure, a 3-story penthouse might... I don't even have another... I don't have a basement. I don't have an attic. It's just here. Might not fit the definition of small for some people. Okay, maybe a lot of people. Hannah? But isn't big enough to have grand parties in. Then don't have grand parties. As it is, I only invited about 30 to this one. Who has 30 friends? And it already feels cramped in here. Does it? Seems pretty spacious to me. It certainly would be nice if I didn't have to ride an elevator up and down several floors before I can get anywhere else. You have an elevator? Oh, Luke's words, not mine. Besides, I have been looking for a good anniversary gift. Luke might like this one. Who buys a house for an anniversary gift? Where is he anyway? Did you say he was at work? Hold on a second. Okay, I just want y'all to see something. Okay, so I've been waiting for this character for a while, and if you guys haven't noticed in the thumbnail, he's that guy right down there. I've been waiting for this character, and I'm excited that he's here. Alright, let's continue. Luke is dressed to the nines as he usually is and looks ready for whatever the day will throw at him. Black people? I don't know. I'm so bothered by that. I just hate you, Luke. You're a horrible human being. I just want you to know that. His butler, the valet waited aside, just in case he isn't ready as he looks. Oh, sure, that is normal. What is confusing me is the fact that he's on his way out of the penthouse, considering he won't have anywhere else to go until much later.
Where are you going?
I am to attend the Triad Autumn Tasting. I do believe I informed you of this 2 weeks ago.
Yes. And might I remind you that I had stricken that off your schedule? Because 1, the doctor told you to stop consuming so much alcohol. And 2, I informed you a few days ago about the open house we are going to attend in its place. I've even found this marvelous interior designer, Mary Ann McCullough.
It's a 3.5-hour drive to Cardiff. I don't have time for this.
You will have time for this. I am your wife.
This is like that little party you threw all over again. You don't inform me of it, and you expect me to stay and be a gracious host when I have business elsewhere.
Boy!
You know how I operate, Hana.
Boy!
Unless this was penciled in, I am sticking to my schedule.
Die from alcohol poisoning. Die from it, then.
If I may intrude, the madam is correct. Your physician did insist you moderate your drinking, unless you wish to incur acute pancreatitis.
Best character in the game.
And you did have this open house penciled in last Wednesday morning.
You have been told.
Bullocks, I don't remember doing so.
Well, that's your problem.
Well, you did. While very hungover, in fact.
He did. Moaned about being too loud, but gave in after some pushing. Perhaps I was a bit too cruel and manipulative of me, but...
Whose side are you on?
Mine.
Come on, Luke. You promised we'd do whatever I want this weekend.
Gordon Bennett, fine. I am giving this house tour of yours a chance.
Married people.
But if it proves to be a waste of time, I am going to Cardiff, and you are going to take a cab home.
I would divorce this man and I wouldn't even marry this man if he said that to me.
Are we clear?
No, I am your wife. You will drive me home. Just a bit of a husband and wife tit-tat, isn't it? Couples have their arguments. Once the honeymoon phase is over, as they seem to call it, reality sets in that you and your partner might not always see eye to eye. Perhaps it has been I didn't read that right. I didn't read that at all. 7 of them is nothing to scoff at.
I just cannot bloody believe I agreed to this. I was really looking forward to the Triad tasting.
Get alcohol poisoning and die. Though sometimes I think it's something a bit more than just simple disagreements, and I have to stop myself from wondering where we went wrong.
There's always the Triad Christmas tasting in Manchester next month, and that'll only be an 1.5-hour drive.
Dude, stop it. Have I been neglectful? Have I offended? Have I acted shamefully?
Yes, but Cardiff.
Stop being a child. Certainly any problem can be discussed, as long as it doesn't turn me away.
Well,
as long as
there
he does
goes
turn
my
me away.
good mood.
Do these windows open? Maybe I can throw you out of them.
Are you happy now, Hana?
I'm sorry. Do you want me to get you a new diaper? I should get him a new diaper. Defend myself! I ain't no! Why am I— no!
Yes, I am very happy, Luke. Because for once in a very long time, we are doing what I want.
That's right, girl. Defend yourself. I don't care. Oh, it plussed with him. That's— I'll defend. I'm a lady. I am a strong woman who can defend myself. I don't need to put up with your bullshit.
I'm ecstatic. Understood? And this would be perfect if you stop acting like a child who needs their nappy changed.
Me and Hannah, same wavelength there.
We will be leaving after lunch for the Ermengarde mansion. You are going to park your rear in the car and keep mum. And you are going to behave during the tour.
Fuck yeah, Hannah! You fucking tell him! Needless to say, Luke looks a bit shocked at this little outburst. He opened and closed his mouth a few times, struggling to reply before he crosses his arms to look like, well, a moping
Any
child.
more rules for this little excursion of yours, Your Highness?
Don't ever talk, and yes, you can continue to call me Your Highness.
No wine.
No wine.
No wine. Ing. No whining.
Unacceptable! I am already not allowed to the tasting, and you would deprive me of that simple pleasure?
Yup.
If I see you take one sip today, I will put the stocks under lock and key. Do you understand me?
Don't forget the bottles he keeps in his dresser.
Thanks, babe.
Whose side are you on?
He's on my side, obviously.
How many times in one day can you ask that?
As many times as I need you, traitor.
I love you. You deserve a pet. The ride to the mansion is quiet, with Luke having... The fuck was that noise? With Luke having stared out the window the entire way, not paying attention to anything around him. Meanwhile, I'm conflicted. I don't know if I should apologize for changing his plans. Like, no! But by the time we arrive at the mansion, I see his eyes light up in genuine interest. Apologizing is the last thing on my mind. The whole affair with the Ermengarde mansion is certainly an interesting experience. The place has been renovated, restored by its owners to what they claim to be an acceptable standards. The mansion itself looks like something befitting a fairy tale, or period piece. It's tastefully decorated, and with a little bit of love and attention, I'm sure it can be a place Luke and I can call home. And the number of other prospective buyers that have come from the powerful and wealthy of Luxembourg certainly did not disappoint, marking this estate as prime property. The Lees are amongst the group who went with the Rose woman. I saw a few other notable faces, though I did not really feel like mingling. I can't read. I can't read. My friend Dorky's like playing the letter, more like reading the letter. Haha, fuck you. Unfortunately for every one of them, the Wrights are interested in buying. She's just messaging me. I'm tired. So that's what she looks like. Wheel and woe. What's been bugging my mind, however, is that Isabelle. Motherfucker. What's her problem? I still don't quite understand what is happening. One moment she is scrambling to give us the paperwork to finalize the sale, then she is panicking over some sort of prank letter or another.
Dear me, is Isabelle all right?
It is apparent with the way she shakes by the parlor of her skin. Something has really shaken her up. I can't read as Hannah, apparently. Hannah cannot read.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
I'm worried, but it'll be best if she is attended by someone more familiar to her, like her partner. But even then, the girl refuses Rose's offer a drink and looks at just about ready to make a run for it.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back.
It's so weird seeing you like that.
I just need to catch my breath.
And she does so just as I predicted, and her partner follows like a concerned mother. There is an awkward air among us as we are left in the wake of whatever that was. The others murmur and gossip with each other, speaking of the poor, daft girl and telling the whole tale of whoever was not audience to the act in the first place. It doesn't take long for the woman Rose to return and pull us aside into the study for what I rightfully assume is a damage control. Hey guys! Rose invites Marianne too, hoping to apologize to her as well. But the woman refuses, saying she is not one of her clients anyway. That leaves myself, Rose, and Luke, the last all too eager to make himself comfortable in the study as he no doubt claimed as his own.
I can't apologize enough about what just happened. Please forgive Isabella. She's been under a lot of pressure lately. She's young and all those rumors about this being haunted just got to her head. And it must be this terrible heat too. Not a drop of rain for days now.
Are you sure it is wise to just let her go like that? Where is the poor dear? She might get hurt.
She's more likely to hurt somebody else, given what just happened.
What the fuck is your problem? You know what, Luke? Go screw yourself.
I told her to sit down and take a break. Already rang someone to pick her up, too.
That might be for the best, dear. But please, we're here to talk about the mansion, yes? Why, I absolutely adore it. Don't you, Luke? Some of the rooms will certainly have to be repurposed. We want to change the appliances and have Marianne lead on the decor, but the whole thing is just lovely.
I guess. It's certainly a lot roomier than our penthouse.
Exactly. Lots of space for guests, parties. a lot of room for little ones to run around too.
Don't do it. Please don't do it.
Let's not discuss that right now,
Don't ever
Buttercup.
do it. Please don't ever make a child.
Anyway, I do think it would be a shame to let this mansion slip past us.
Luke will make a horrible father. Don't ever let him be a father.
But you haven't even finished touring the house.
Well, we like what we've seen.
I'm making her job easier for that, am I not? No need for loans or long price negotiations. We can just sign a contract and close the deal. Really, you'd think this one would be more happier about an easy sale. I know how these estate agents worked, how long they've had waited, and how much they had to spend even for just a single sale. Why, she should be jumping for joy by now. I'm sure the commission on this mansion is nothing to sneeze at. Even she has to split it with Isabel girl.
Do you think we could have horses here?
Don't have anything that lives or breathes.
Yes, those do sound nice, love. Anyway, if anyone else is interested in buying this property, I assure you that I'm able and willing to give a better offer.
A vineyard would be nice. Or maybe
Just shut up, Luke.
And we do reward our people quite generously, Rose. So, if I were you, I would start on that paperwork.
helicopter pad.
Stop it! He's like, oh yeah, I just got the best idea ever. I'm sorry, even though I hate him, he's like, helicopter pad. It's just brainstorming over there all by himself. I pause. And there's a small moment of complete silence where Rose and I just stare incredulously at Luke. It's an unspoken understanding, a rule between the two of us that we have to put on an act. With our social standing, where image matters, it's only important to avoid making enemies. And to follow this rule is an easy feat for me. From youth, I have been the well-trained social butterfly, gracious and graceful. Luke, on the other hand...
Wait, what, Luke? No, what?
Helicopter pad.
Whatever would we need a helipad for?
To land our helicopter, ma'am. Well, he likes to play the fool sometimes, even if he's anything but. As he throws me a wry smile, I shake my head and beckon Rose over. He's like, fuck yeah, helicopter pad. This is to be our home, and there is nothing she or anyone else can do to change my mind. This is a place that speaks of power and importance, and at the same time of safety and comfort. Perhaps we can even have a family here. There is definitely no better gift than this for a special date. Why, everything here is absolutely wonderful. Even the pictures of other people. Fuck you! Well, except for the ugly painting and the... Oh, God, that scared me. Looks like a bad fake of...
Here's the deal. I'm willing to pay
Fuck.
10% higher than your listing price.
Gosh! Shit! That scared me! Go to hell, all of you!
If anyone tries to outbid us, just add another 5%. I doubt anyone can, of course. Or, you know what? Just add 15% to the listing price, and we can sign all the paperwork now.
I guess, if that's what you want. That won't be any trouble. I don't have all the papers now. Didn't think this would be a quick sell. I'll have copies sent to you so you can look over them. And if you'd still like to finish the rest of the tour with Isabella's group, you're more than welcome to.
No, I think we're good here. We'd appreciate a private tour of the place a lot more, I think.
All right. Should I let Marianne in, then?
Marianne? Oh, right, she's been waiting outside in the study this whole time, hasn't she? I'll need to have a little chat with her to move this little mansion project forward.
Please do.
Oh my god. Marianne, I'm scared. I'm gonna end this episode here. I'm screwed up. It's screwed up. It's 3 a.m. I gotta go. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.